What's up, Rubits? Beau-hindman back with another video. It's been a little bit. It's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks. No, about a week and a half because I had a sick dog. She's an old doggy, and she got sick. We had to take her to emergency room, but she's doing fine now. And then I had a migraine, which migraines will wipe me out for a good 3 or 4 days. So I took a little time off and decided to come back because I want to show you an update on some of my favorite things. This is snapships. You might have seen me talk about snapships before. Snapships are an incredible modular building system to build spaceships. That's about all you need to know. They're an indie line. They're independent. They are distributed by PlayMonster. PlayMonster is a distributor of toys, so that gives them some reach. You can find them in Target and stuff, but I get mine typically on Amazon. You can often find them for sale on Amazon, but even at regular prices, they're just incredible. So I'm going to go over some snapship stuff and why I'm giving this update. Basically, the idea, and this is my newly organized closet, the idea is that my snapship section is going to be up here. I've got a light reserved for it back there, so I'll want to move stuff around. Just a quick kind of pan to show you what I'm going for. For example, Galador is one of the 12 lines I collect and customize. I decided I should start using their boxes in the background to kind of fill in that blank white space, but also to give it the title of what the collection is going to be. And so I've got, for example, I've got the Warhammer ones there, and I've got a Fortnite. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the collection will be in that section. I've got to do this section and this section. But it started off with snapships. I'm going to grab a box here to kind of show you. That has the missing, this has it. So I'm going to bring this back here. You get them in a box like this, and what's cool, if you didn't know this or don't know much about snapships or haven't seen me cover them for a while, is you get all the parts here, and then the lid, the actual lid of the box, this is what's so smart about them for being an indie developer, is a stand. So you get a stand to put your ships on. Not only that, but you could use it in a build. And it's a cool enough looking stand. You could use it in other stuff, Warhammer looking stuff. It's just brilliant. It's one of my favorite systems, period. And what I've done is I've gone through and I've organized a baggie of guns, just like weapons, because I don't typically use too many weapons. A baggie of odd connector parts, like longer ones. A baggie of wings. That's just wings. So you can see I've kind of thrown them in different kind of baggies. This was all the cockpits. And my idea was I was going to build a space station and put some smaller ships on stands docking into the space station and put it in that section. Here I was building like maybe like a rear section, But what I wanted to do was kind of go for more something like this. Now, if you see, this is the usual look for a snapship's block. It's blocky, it has the connector, the obvious connector part. To me, that part can be left blank in the areas of a space station. If you look at like the US, the International Space Station, it has kind of a grid work, kind of like girders, kind of holding stuff together. And then in the living areas, in certain areas, it's more chunky where people would live and whatever. So on this part, I wanted this will be more like a cockpit, or I guess you'd call it a bridge or whatever. And I'm using what I call the greebles. They give a ton. Look at these little greebles on here. The details on some of them are just freaking ridiculous. They're so good that I would, honest to God, I would pay $30 for just like a bag of greebles or just a bunch of new greebles. Look at those. Look at that part. It's a part of a ship that I just added onto this, but what a fantastic looking part, right? So I decided to make the living areas more covered in greebles and more solid looking, and then I was going to leave sections of the space station more open and girder like. That way I also save some, even though I've bought the entire line of snapships plus a lot of duplicates, I don't have enough greebles to cover every little dot, and I don't think it would look good. So what I thought would be cool to do, because I built this whole thing and then I took it all apart like I do, because that's how you have to do it. You kind of sketch with these things. Is that I decided all the girder sections should be single row. And then I'll have a living section or whatever, and that will be solid looking with the greebles kind of covering in the girder spots, if that makes sense. In other words, each little round hole I'll plug those up with just random girder, random greebles, and they'll look. I mean, look at that. Now, if I was to paint this all a flat coat and then paint it all a silver, maybe, and then a wash like a gunmetal, that would look so good. But like this is the rear section, like an engine, for example. The colors are mismatched, kind of. But could you imagine? So I might cover these four little dots with some greebles. But that's the kind of the thing I was going to go for, is have a central shaft and have like a living quarters and all that stuff like that, and have 2 or 3 sections, and then use the remaining parts, the remaining bits, to build different ships. They even have the last line, and I reviewed this. If you look, if not linked in this video, it'll be linked in the description. I reviewed all their miniature sets. This is their Walker one, and supposedly they have a whole series 2 coming up, but they're just not. They've been delayed due to coronavirus in China and stuff like that. But I took everything apart and separated it into bags because I can always rebuild the individual, like for example the Trident. I can just take this and build it back. So see, what I thought for a minute too was I was going to take this, take my bags and my parts and build just the individual ships as planned by Snapships and put them up there on stands. And then I thought, no, maybe I should do a kind of a custom space station. And you get here, now this is not the latest one because you also get the 6, I think, little miniature ones, but they even give you a little sheet to mark off. This is so handy. I know this is the age of digital media, so you can just make your own checklist, but I love that they send this. It's like they thought about collectors and kids who might want to get it. I've got all these, so I could just circle them all or whatever, but I know I've got them all. So that's kind of what I'm working on for Snapships. By the way, this right here, these, I tweeted this. This is like a bag of gold. What these are, you can see right here, they are a connector that allows you to connect parts together just anywhere. This is a universal connector system, right? So this allows you so much different, these things allow you so much, dog hair and everything. How do I get dog hair inside a bag? It allows you to do so much, and you've got to kind of scrounge to find these. Snapships, I told you this on Twitter, but I would pay a godly amounts of money for like a bag of these. Just put out a bag of these, because these would help us connect. It would help you build so much. It would take care of so many issues. Here's one of the smaller ships. Isn't that cool looking? It's like a dragonfly. Looks like something that would be in Dune. So that gives you an idea of kind of the scale. Humans are about the size of that cockpit there. So I'm thinking a space station might be the way to go. Put them all, kind of docking in different ways with the space station. Take the box and the lid, put it back up here, move my cool light over here somewhere, get some cool lighting going on, and have my Snapships up on the top shelf, because you see it's one of my 12 lines I collect, but I couldn't find it anywhere to put it. So really the only thing that sticks out is this stuff. This stuff is not something I collect anymore. This is just something me and my wife have. So I might leave that there, I might move it. But so now I need something for the section here, some box lids, some artwork or whatever. I'm thinking of taking some hexagear boxes, and you know how you can flatten lid, and putting them in each one of those white spots, white areas in the background, so you don't just see white. But I kind of like the idea of having just a box. The problem with hexagear is their boxes are huge, so I'm not sure what to do in these 2 sections, so I'm still working on that. But that's some Snapships for you. I think just an amazing system. Watch my space here. I'll probably put an update when I get this done. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be putting that together. But then, wouldn't that be cool, like a space station and their docking? I thought that would be neat, because instead of just building the pre-planned models for these, I thought it would be a neat idea to, do a custom, because that's what this line is all about, is making your own cool thing. So anyway, talk to you guys and gals and everybody else later. Follow, subscribe. What did they say? Subscribe, comment. Yeah, I love comments, because then I can talk to you. And I should be back to regular videos now, unless another medical emergency pops up. Wish me luck. Take it easy. Bye-bye.